First night out underway. We rounded Cape Flattery about 2 hours ago. Weather is 10-15 on the nose right now. South winds predicted to go down to 0. Overnight tomorrow about 10 to 15 behind us. And then for about 20 hours, 25 or so knots on the nose. South winds. Seas are, I would say, 6 to 8 feet and about 14 seconds. Interesting part is we're running LED light bar up on the bow. It helps us avoid potential hazards in the water like logs and crab traps. It's not a crab season yet, but in certain areas like Crescent City, for example, Half Moon Bay, at the entrances, there are floats. People put some kind of a fishing gear there. That's why we use the LED light bar, and of course logs are always present. Not that many right now. We didn't have heavy rain, so the rivers are not pushing wood in the ocean, but you never know. And all these birds are using our light. We scare fish, and that fish, anchovies or squid, jumps out of the water and the birds are catching them. That's why we have about 1 million birds right now in front of us. I do not like it. It makes me looking for crab traps. It's a lot harder going this way. If it's no white birds jumping around the bow, it's easier to spot crab traps, but I can make these birds go away. Other than that, no problems with the boat. Weather is right on the money. What the prediction was, 10-15 on the nose, is exactly that, 10-15 on the nose. Some rain, actually quite a bit of rain a few hours ago. Now the rain's gone, just the birds are here. Plan still is to run down to Crescent City, about 400 miles away from here. We'll check the weather, maybe we'll stop there, we'll keep on going down to Monterey or Half Moon Bay or Bodega. We'll see. One of the three will be a fuel stop. Not that we need fuel, I need to change the oil on the main engine again. And after that, off we go to Hawaii. So far, trip is going exactly as expected. Day 2 underway. We are off of this Columbia River. This is Westport, so I would call it about 100 miles south of Cape Flattery. Weather is like this. Wind died down after all the birds last night and the headwinds. Right now we have about 7 to 10 knots of headwind, making about 8.2, burning 9 to 10 on 1400 RPM. Boat's running nice and smooth, no problems at all. Tonight the forecast is to go down to nothing, no wind at all. The swell kicked in. Some of these rollers are pretty much my eye level, and I'm good. Let's see, I'm good at least 15 feet above the water. They said 15-17 foot swell will roll in, which means they will shut down the river bars. They began shutting down the river bars. Actually, only Columbia River and one other bar are open up to like 40. Everything else is no pleasure crafts permitted across the bars, which is very common, and it was to be expected. It was on the forecast. Speaking of forecast, this is right now. This will come here tomorrow morning, and then like that. The idea is to go down south and the no wind area, of course, and to get down to San Francisco right there. From San Francisco, then we're gonna head on to Hawaii. If we stay high, we're gonna end up in any of these things, in all of them actually, and it's not gonna be pretty. That's why the goal again is start from here, go with the light winds down to San Francisco between the weather systems, and from there we change the oil and we head on to Hawaii. Plan works so far. Weather forecast is good, no changes there. We should be good to go. This is 3 days from now. We need 3 days to be right here, so we're gonna be ahead of all this weather, unless the forecast changes. If it changes, we can go and stop in Crescent City or Bodega. We'll see, but so far forecast is right on the money, no changes there. That's about it from day number 2 underway. I will post more from tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have some headwinds, maybe 25 knots or so. I'll post video from tomorrow as well. Bye-bye. Day number 3 underway, the delivery from Seattle to Hawaii on board Nordhavn 76. We are a few hours north of Coos Bay, about 25 miles north of Coos Bay. As predicted, the wind turned around and it began blowing, 20 something knots, 22, 23 knots on the nose. Some wind chop over here, and put some spray on the windows. We're still doing above 7.5. I don't want to push her more into this thing. Weather forecast is like this for another few hours, then it starts going down, and once we reach Cape Blanco, it goes down to like 5 knots or so. So good forecast, relatively speaking, accurate forecast, exactly what we needed to make a plan of some kind. And the plan again is we run down to San Francisco area, we stop, top off fuel, oil change, and off we go to Hawaii. That's about it. Yes, once in a while we get some spray on the windows, but nothing major. Come on, focus. Nothing major. I can put a coffee on the table over here and we'll stay right next to me.